I'd like to ask the crowd, how many of you have been to DMCC? So a few hands, including the organizers. Have you been to the Almas Tower or have you been to the new AI Center? You need to visit the Uptown Tower. One of the major projects that was seen extremely unlikely, but today it is thriving. And I think a small part of it is because we opened the door for the AI Center. First, I'd like to, so if you haven't visited DMCC, please do. And both towers are amazing, the Almas and the Uptown Tower. I'd like to just, before I continue, I'd like to thank the VIP group for hosting the second edition of the Global Blockchain Show, where I'm very happy to see the true gathering here and the great energy I'm seeing today. Testimony that the blockchain and the AI industry is being embraced and seen as a positive impact for the future and present opportunities and market. Web3 for me personally is a breath of fresh air. A lot has changed since I joined DMCC over 24 years ago. The concept was to establish a hub to enable commodity trades via Dubai, with the main focus on gold and precious metals, diamonds and colored stones, and other commodities. Now, the other commodities far outweigh the gold and diamond side, but I'll get to that later. We have recently, I would like to ask another question. How many of you have heard of the DMCC's Future of Trade report? You've read it. So I'd urge you to read the recent report that highlights the Web3 technologies and the essential enablers of the global trade, if you haven't. It's been downloaded since its launch over 7 years ago, more than almost 2 million times. That's despite all the expert mainstream media coverage. It shows you that people are looking for alternative sources of information. We at DMCC and the Future of Trade report, we work with S&P, we work with Asia House, and what you'll notice with the report, we're agnostic with where the information is coming and what it points to. We just want you and the readers to take informed decisions when you do invest or when you do take your future steps. Some numbers to consider from these reports. Blockchain's value to global supply chain is projected to reach nearly $14 billion by 2030, with 10% of global GDP expected to be tokenized and stored on the blockchain within 3 years. A recent case I think I'd love to share with you. It's not even announced yet. And before I share, have you heard of the Dubai Precious Metals Conference? Nobody. You are true crypto. Okay, there's one over there. You would have heard that we have unveiled the largest bar of gold, beating the last large bar of gold, which was held in Japan by Mitsubishi. The previous one was 250 kilos. The one that was unveiled just about a few weeks ago was 300.17 kilograms by Emirates Mint. It is a challenging thing. I don't think the true value is $25 million. The weight value is 25 million kilograms. But I think that has its own identity, given that it's recorded with the Guinness Book of Record. I understand from the industry that they're looking for someone to tokenize the largest bar of gold. And I see my former colleague over there, James Bernard. Could you stand up? James used to be with DMCC for a long time. So long, he's still attached to DMCC. He's also part of the AI Center as well, one of the first comers. So if you want to engage and have a connection, I'm here. You can access me, but James is also someone that could help you out. But there is an opportunity for any of your companies that have a service or have a concept to tokenize gold. We will connect you to Emirates Mint. I think they don't want to melt the gold bar, so it can be still held for a bit longer. Their plan is to move the largest bar of gold from one gold hub to the other. So they unveiled it in the Precious Metals Conference. I think they have or will unveil it in the Gold Souk for now for display with lots of security. I don't know why they have a lot of security. It's not easy to steal 300 kilograms of gold. And if you can, I think you earned it. Back to my points here. It is expected, based on the Future of Trade report, that AI will contribute $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. And we feel that there is so much untapped potential for decentralization solutions across many applications. I personally deal with a number of businesses, whether it be the gold industry, the diamond industry, the mining, and I don't know if you know this, I'm chairing the Kimberley process, and decentralization, proof of concept, digital KP certs are the trend and the talk within the Kimberley process. And it will be a reality sooner than later. Next year, I'll be the custodian KP chair, and I'll make sure some of these initiatives are crystallized. It isn't really to help the AI industry or the blockchain. It is a solution to help the African producing nations to really make the most out of their natural resources and protect the diamond industry. I believe the world sees Dubai as the perfect place to discuss the future economy when it comes to AI and blockchain. Web3 is not just a priority, it is a cornerstone of economic strategy. The UAE leads the global blockchain landscape, offering unparalleled support and an ideal environment for next-generation technologies. We don't have much to lose by welcoming it. We need to be really not that, we don't really see ourselves being ahead of the curve. This is the demands of today, if you ask me personally. At DMCC, we continue to drive Dubai's status as a global hub for commodities, technology, and high-value services. In over 20 years, DMCC has grown to become one of the world's leading business hubs, home to over 25,000 companies operating across many major market segments. We have witnessed the creation of ecosystems designed to meet the evolving needs of the Web3 industry. This is anchored by our 3 centers, which are integrated in Uptown Tower, Level 12 and Level 11. I'm going to break them down for you really quick. The DMCC Crypto Center that became reality. I want James to stand again. He dragged me to go to Davos. He dragged me to join the Blockchain Council years before that as well. And in both cases, I pleaded with him, no, I'm too busy. The first meeting was critical. Noah Rafford was presenting the concept of blockchain. And I was too busy. I was spread thin. But a few points resonated with me from Noah Rafford, where he said, I know most of you are not involved in blockchain, but just like the internet, it will be part of your life. That resonated with me a little bit. And then he did excite me that the banking system will change. And that's something that is long overdue. When it comes to gold bullion trade and bullion financing, I believe even today, the major bullion banking businesses have not changed the way they deal with it since the late 70s. That should change in this year and next year. You should see some changes. Myself and David Tate, the CEO of the Gold Council, need to bring the gold industry up to par, simply because Bitcoin has embarrassed the gold industry as a better asset. David Tate would argue, but the numbers can't argue. And as Michael Saylor would put it, you can move your assets much faster, or your securities, or whatever you want to call it, property. So myself and David Tate, we will try our best to bridge this gap, whether it gets tokenized using solutions like Paxos. I mentioned that James also pushed me to attend the Davos meeting in 2020, a few weeks before, or a month or two before the global pandemic with COVID. And I was hesitant to go to Davos. I asked him to give me a good reason. He said, well, we're partnering with CV Labs to create the Crypto Center. I'm like, yeah, okay, that is a good reason. And the rest was history. We met with Ralph Mateos, who CV Labs is still an ecosystem partner and a supporter of the Crypto Center. But today we run it on our own. We have Vara, and we're growing. I think our Crypto Center still represents 50 or 60% of the blockchain and crypto community in the GCC. And some of the ecosystem partners are industry leaders like Bybit, Solana, TDFI, and there are major heavyweights coming, and I will not jinx it until it happens. I'm not going to mention it here, but you should watch this space. The gaming center is close to my heart. It also justifies me being around video games today. I'm a gaming addict. I don't have time for it, but it is a fun industry. It says here on my paper that we represent 120 gaming and esport companies. I believe it's 150, but the way my colleagues isolate things is some of the companies that do crypto and gaming, they keep with gaming and stuff like that, but we'll continue to grow. I'm traveling in about 5 days or less to, I think I leave on Saturday for Tokyo. And one of my meetings is with Yamauchi, the Nintendo family. They're not coming to DMCC, but I like to sit and engage and pick their brains and see where they come from. I'm very much impressed with Valve and Steam as well. I'm addicted to the Steam Deck. It saves me for my long-term travels. If I'm not playing on my Steam Deck on a flight, that means I'm sleeping on the flight. So, you know, it bridged that gap a little bit. It doesn't help with my back pain, though. On the AI Center, for those of you who are not aware, my document here is outdated. It says we have 60 AI and robotic businesses at DMCC AI Center. We don't. We have 65. Some of our AI members, like Builder.ai, have been with DMCC for about 5 years, but that wasn't enough for me to push for the AI business. And like James, when I told him we don't have time for this, Ville Korpela from Finland pushed me to launch an AI center. And I was about to tell him, no, you see me, I mean, we're spread thin. But then I asked him, give me a few good reasons. Why should DMCC focus on AI as a hub, as an ecosystem? Because we're barely, you know, I don't want to say we're struggling, but we are busy with the gaming and crypto and the rest of the verticals within DMCC. The reason I entertained it, because I knew if there was any free zone that would do justice to an AI center, it would be us. So I wanted to hear from Ville why he thinks we should look at it. And he feels there's not enough attention focusing on the Scandinavian market. You see, 2017, Finland introduced pragmatic AI, and they have invested in supercomputers and data centers as well. And the focus is to have it across their government and public sectors where they would use AI, pragmatic AI. But what followed suit, and they were working on pragmatic AI when most people didn't know what ChatGPT is. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland followed suit. And I got excited. It's not enough for us to focus only on the Scandinavian market. My focus is on India, China, South Korea, the rest of the world. With all due respect to OpenAI and ChatGPT and Grok and Google, I love them. But I'm a big believer in avoiding to put all of our eggs in one basket. And I'd really like the international community to come through with that. And what you'll see with the AI Center is that we provide tools, ecosystem, support, knowledge to give a chance for the newcomers. You know, Google, if you'd believe it or not, was established in a garage. So, you know, if you look at Astrolabs, The first Google Tech Hub in the Middle East was established at DMCC. I feel old saying this, about 12 years ago. I mean, if it's shorter or longer, I'm sure Luis Lebbo and Mohammed Mekki will correct me. But they established themselves there to provide the same support, a little bit more than a garage. And their slogan, I think, whether it's written or not, wherever there's a problem in the world, that's an opportunity for their tech hub to provide a solution for. Shortly after the launch of the AI Center, we have Builder AI, we have AGCC, and IBM driving the next wave of pragmatic AI innovation to scale up at the next global level. They support us, and we're excited about it. These three main centers provide access to global capital, knowledge-sharing opportunities with the region's largest hackathons and world-class talent pool. I keep missing the fun part of it. All of these gaming events, I happen to be traveling or I'm at another event. But I'm glad it's happening. With growing integration of AI into Web3, crypto, gaming technologies, we're perfectly positioned to support companies at this intersection. I was happy to know that Solana Foundation also have a gaming side of it, but they are pushing to make blockchain gaming more mainstream, and that is challenging. In the same way, there are, I think, 6 or more, maybe more, blockchain social media platforms. Amazing solutions, but they're not mainstream yet. They might be in the near future. We will continue to expand the physical space and value offering of our district to accommodate new companies in Web3. Some of you know the Crypto Center was launched in April of 2021 at the Almas Tower. That has almost shifted now to the Uptown Tower. Earlier this year, we broke ground for 1 Uptown Place and 2 Uptown Place. The first building is 23 floors of a grade A building. I believe it's leased gold, 23 floors of office space, and 17 floors, a 17-story tower that will offer you 70,000 square meters of commercial office space. We will never face the challenge. Well, we're trying to build to catch up, but we shouldn't face the challenge of running out of space. If there's one thing that bothers me, is losing business to other hubs because we've run out of office space. We will also announce, me and Enzo are to blame for this. We should have announced the Crypto Tower a bit sooner. A new 17-story project that will support our community of blockchain, DeFi, and Web3 companies. This Crypto Tower, if you go on my social media platform or on Instagram, you'll see a picture of it. It was displayed in our stand during the Blockchain Summit. It will include 9 floors of offices with 3 additional floors for blockchain incubators, venture capital firms, and investment companies, while another floor will cater to AI innovation. Enzo Napoleon is very ambitious, and internally there was pushback to entertain him. The pushback was to avoid competition. I welcome it, and if he does better than we do, he deserves it. I have no issue with competition. It encourages us, and I think it brings the best out of our business community. The impact of Web3 extends well beyond its own sector. Across our district, we're leveraging next-generation tools for the benefit of all industries, whether it's AI to enhance efficiency or blockchain platforms to innovate trading and improve security. Collaboration is reshaping the landscape of global commerce. Taking diamonds and gold as an example, I mentioned this a bit earlier, AI will add a value range of areas such as sorting and grading, supply chain transparency, and fraud detection. Maybe I need to be clear with this message. A decentralized concept is a lot harder to compromise and corrupt than a centralized concept, especially when people are involved. For the energy industry, AI will optimize processes and improve safety through automation and advanced data insights. our tea center and coffee center wanted plugins here. Are you familiar that, are you aware that DMCC represents the tea and coffee industry? I'm not sure you're aware about that. The UAE is one of the largest tea hubs in the world. Re-exports of tea from Dubai and the UAE ranges from 30 to 60% of global shares, which is what pushed me to launch our coffee center in February of 2019 after the soft opening in October or November 2018. Simply because around 85% of the countries that produce teas also produce coffee. I knew there was a logistic advantage and it was worth exploring and risking that, taking risk with that. The tea and coffee members will benefit from supply chain optimization, product personalization, and quality assurance. By driving these solutions, we envision extending the benefits for our members and deliver value for global trade in the long term. In turn, this will accelerate our contribution of 15%. It's not very clear in my speech. DMCC and its members contributes to more than 15% of Dubai's foreign direct investment. And DMCC and its members also contribute more than 7% of Dubai's GDP. I personally cannot wait to see DMCC and its member community and the whole region embrace the full potential of the AI and Web3 opportunities here. I always get this question: do you think AI will take over and create unemployment? It won't. You will only lose your jobs to someone who knows how to better use it. So just get educated, get familiar with it, save your time, and use your extra time to think of more concepts. It will bring better quality of life. This is happening. In fact, it's already here. When Elon Musk bought Twitter and fired more than 80% of its staff and still made more money, that's an example for you. Plus, a big portion of the former management of Twitter were bots pretending to talk to you. So he saved you from the bad side of AI. In any case, this story will continue to evolve. And I know my speech ends here, but I'm accessible on social media. You know where my office is. It's at Uptown. And if you're not aware, I also live in that building. So I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I'd love to hear your feedback. The reason DMCC became the best free zone of the year by FDI Intelligence for 9 years straight is because we engage with the market. We're not focused on where the industry is. We position ourselves to where the market will be. So I need your feedback. I need your constructive criticism. We welcome it. And I look forward to this journey with you. Thank you.